So, I want to talk to you guys about the benefits of using QuickBooks Online. So, in the course, this discussion asks, now that you're just about completed the course, what overall benefits do you see QuickBooks can provide to a business? Secondly, what types of businesses will benefit from using QuickBooks? And then also explain it as if you were presenting it to a business owner, encouraging them to purchase and use QuickBooks. So, I'm going to approach this as if you all are the business owners. In your introductions, a lot of you talked about considering starting your own business, or your goal of completing this degree is so you can open your own restaurant or clothing store or whatever other ideas you all have, which are great. And this course could be a foundation in helping you better understand how to track everything you purchase and track everything that you make. So, let's talk about the overall benefits. Simply, QuickBooks is a quick way for you to track everything that you spend and everything that you make. For a new business owner, that'd be fairly simple. You won't have very many complex transactions. So, simply entering your owner's equity by if you invest cash into your own business, or if you use that cash to purchase some type of product to sell or some sort of equipment. Generally, you'll use things like that, especially if you're selling a particular item. If you have a service, there may be less expense transactions and more income transactions. Let's say you're an auditor or you clean homes or something to that nature. There's not always a product that you're selling. You're mostly just receiving income from the services that you provide. So let's quickly jump to an example that's in our textbook. Around page 159, you'll see something similar to this. We're selling a product on account. Right here, this is the sales transaction. Accounts receivable means that the customer will pay us $150 in the future, and we sold them something worth $150. This second transaction shows that we're selling something that we purchased. So whatever we bought, we spent $75 on it. And then here we're just reducing inventory to show that we've sold and have less to sell in the future. But what I really want to pay attention to is this sentence right here. The product was purchased from the vendor for a cost of $15 each. The sales price to the customer is $30 each. And that's very important. A lot of times when we're looking to start our own business, there's a lot of uncertainty. We know that we want to be our own boss. We know that we want to work on our own time. We know we have whatever ideas that we're trying to bring to fruition. But this simply here shows how someone can, I don't want to say easily come up with an organization, but may make it a little simpler to begin. With this organization, they may offer a service where they fix computers and things like that, but they also sell products. They didn't build the product. Um, they may not even have to market the product outside of letting their customers know they have it available versus going to the manufacturer. But simply, let's say, for example, your business wants to sell t shirts. You could purchase t shirts in bulk, popular t-shirts, maybe polo shirts or different shirts that have graphics or whatever on them. But let's say you're able to buy those shirts in bulk and purchase them for $5. You can take those same shirts and turn around and sell them for $15 or $20. And then automatically you've made anywhere from $10 to $15 just based on doing that. So, in this discussion, I wanted to encourage you all to, because I know that this course can be a little frustrating. You need to know accounting, and now you're learning a new system. And some of you may have had an accounting course, some of you may have not. So, it may have been a bit frustrating. But I want you to think of it from the perspective of you being your own business owner, owning your own business, whether it's a restaurant or a cleaning company. Whatever dream that you have inside of you, don't let the frustration from this course push you away from bringing that to fruition. Because depending on the type of business you have, if you ever decide that you're going to want to take out a loan or get investors, you're going to have good record, good record tracking of everything that you spent, everything that you make. Most people are only going to want to invest in you if they can have a high degree of certainty that they're going to get a return on their income. And the only way to show that is to have a good accounting records. And so again, like I said, even though this course may have been a bit frustrating, if you think about it from that perspective and how it can help your own organization, it may be a little easier to understand. As I said, most of you, when you start your business, your transactions may not be as in depth or complex as some of the ones we covered in the course. But if you plan on buying something to sell to someone else, this is going to be a main transaction for you anytime you make a sale. When you sell something, which is this transaction that you purchased from someone else, this is what you're going to see. And in our book, it shows that this organization is simply buying something and charging the customer double for that. And any of you who have ideas to sell t shirts or CDs or hats or any other product that you can decide to make it if you choose, but you can also buy it in bulk, pre made, and charge double whatever you purchased it for. It doesn't have to be double. You could charge triple. This item could cost you $15 and you can charge $45 for it. So without even doing any work, you purchase something and then made $30 off of it. And then in QuickBooks, you record your transaction. And saying it makes it sound pretty simple. And it can be. You just have to think about it in a way. Often our courses get us ready to work for someone else. But with QuickBooks, you can use this in your own business. As most of you have pointed out, that's your goal anyway, to open up your own organization after you graduate. But those of us who are accountants, QuickBooks could be your organization as well. You could do the accounting for anyone else that's deciding to start their own organization. Um, as you saw in the introductions, many of your classmates may be interested in starting their own business. You can also see from the discussions, many of your classmates are a little confused or frustrated with QuickBooks. How simple could it be to start your own organization handling the accounting transactions for your peers? And if you've done well in the course, they already know that you have a good understanding and they continue to build on that. Most of us are on social media. So if you're on Instagram, Facebook, anything like that, there are so many people trying to start a business that don't know anything about accounting, that are confused about accounting, that would pay someone to keep up with their transactions. If this is something that you're interested in and you did well with QuickBooks, this is something that you can begin to do on your own as well. I definitely encourage you to, when you purchase the book, you got a year access to QuickBooks online. I would encourage you to continue to try the different transactions, even if you are in different classes. Because if you're one of the people that are wanting to start their own organization, the same way you need to have control of your personal finances to make sure your home life is running well, you have to be in control of your business finances if you want your business to be successful and stick around for a long time. None of us go into business to fail. We want to be profitable, we want to be successful, and if you're like me, my personal business, I want to be able to pass down to my kids and grandkids and so on. In order to do that, you need to have a solid way to track your finances. And this QuickBook course can get you familiar with playing around with these things. Even if you've not started your business, think of maybe what type of transactions you would have. Start looking into that. Definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel because I'll be posting more tips and tricks for those who do decide to use QuickBooks in their own business or those who want to step out and own their own business. So definitely think about these things. But for anybody that was completely frustrated with the process, but you're interested in starting your own business, I encourage you to work through the frustration and try to get a better understanding of what to enter, when to enter, and how these different transactions work together. Because if you open a business and you're going to be selling products, no matter how frustrating this information is, You need to know it, especially if you want your business to be successful. And especially if you're wanting to have people invest in your business. If you were investing, you would want to see the numbers and you want people to be able to prove that you're going to get your money's worth or not lose your money by investing. And the only way to do that is to have solid accounting records. And this QuickBook course has definitely exposed you to how to do that. And with your ebook and having a year's free access, I definitely encourage you to get in there, play around, maybe even think of some sample transactions you may have in your own personal business, but definitely wait till you're finished with this course. Once you've passed the course and you no longer need that information, that's when you get in and play around with it. Definitely do not enter any sample transactions that you come up with for your own business before you finish the course. You don't want to throw any of your numbers off. But if you begin to think about what type of sales you'll have in your restaurant, what type of sales you'll have in your t-shirt business, what type of expenses you'll have, whether you're selling online, whether you need to get a building, how much product you need to purchase, what you're going to sell it for. Think about all of those things. I definitely encourage you, no matter how frustrating this course may have been, this information is extremely important for anyone that's looking to start their own business. If you have questions, I definitely encourage you to reach out to me to ask them even after the course has ended because I want each of you to be successful. Outside of being successful in your degree, I'm a high advocate of being an entrepreneur and creating your own income. So I'm always available to help if you have questions. And like I said, definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can keep up on different videos or tutorials on how to use this information to help your business. Thank you for your time